I mean, what's the other chat?
The Z Zone is here. Hello, Andrew Zarian.
Good morning.
How are you
How you
doing?
doing, Zarian?
I just want the year to end. I literally had to turn off Twitter yesterday on my phone because obviously David Meltzer put out a tweet
boy.
yesterday.
Oh boy.
And of course it has to do with TV rights.
Yeah.
And apparently I am the one that they come to for Warner Media questions. Apparently this is I it's funny, as I'm saying that now I'm getting text messages asking me exactly what I'm complaining about right now. So I don't know if they're listening to this show or this is just a coincidence. But oh my god, my entire afternoon was derailed.
Well, can you fill us in? Can you give us any scoops? Where is Raw? Is Raw going to be on this network and we just don't know about it?
Yeah, Raw's
Fightful-
going to Fightful Select. It's just going to be a pay-per-view from now on.
Finally.
Yeah, and you know what? Damn that Sean Ross Sapp for putting it behind a paywall.
Listen, man, $5 is what Raw generates, then you should probably pay it, okay?
I don't have an answer. I actually pretended to be a journalist yesterday.
That's awful.
Yeah, I literally pretend because that's what I do. I pretend to be one, right? You guys do all the real work. I just show up. I tell the best of the best that all the time. I tell Sean that. I tell Dave that. But I don't know anyone that knows anything about this. Like I asked. I mean, I asked so many people. I even asked WWE. And those guys generally love an opportunity to bury that company if there's any moment of fraction of truth, and nobody jumped on this, and everybody's like, I have no idea what that's about.
So I don't know if you've spoken to Dave. I mean, let's try to.
I did speak to Dave.
Okay. I'm gonna try to fill the people in, so people who may not know what we're talking about. I want to get Dave's tweet correct here. So he tweeted, things are changing greatly. Let's just say things changed greatly with Raw negotiations from a few weeks ago, and Punk is a huge part of the selling point. Bless Dave, very speculatory on what he is talking about. But what a lot of people jumped on and assumed is that, WWE is talking to Warner Brothers Discovery to possibly have Raw on TBS or TNT. That was the assumption of this tweet. Are people correct in that assumption? Can you tell us what Dave said about
So
this?
I'm not going to go into the specifics of what Dave said to me. Okay. Has Punk changed negotiation for Raw? Yes. It has changed it. I think people that were maybe not as willing to offer more may be willing to offer more now.
Okay.
As far as WBD goes, I could only report what I know, and I have not heard anything of the sort that they're looking to put Raw on TNT or TBS and that the AEW deal is over. Nothing. And to be honest, key people have not heard that either. What Dave heard is very interesting to me, but I don't know who he heard anything from. Like he's not going to tell me like, oh, this person told me this. But is it a correct tweet? Sure, yeah, I would say that tweet is 100% accurate. Is it accurate as far as speculating that WBD and Raw are now in bed? I've never heard that.
Okay.
I'm not saying that's not what Dave alluded. I'm not saying that is what he alluded. I think there's something there. I don't think he was not alluding to WBD, but it was also a very safe tweet because it is factual.
Well, this is where, people get into the speculation stuff, and they get into the reading into something. And this is, I've met Dave once or twice. I can't say I have any type of relationship with him. Just don't always just throw this stuff out there and then leave it hanging, and not, because this is, Sean tweeted about this, like when people were doing the eyeball emojis, and if what I heard is true, get ready. And then it all happened to be everybody was up until 3 a.m. because everyone thought the Saudis were buying WWE, and it turned out that was nothing. But everyone was just speculating of like, if I heard this, either kind of like say how sourced it is, or don't say anything.
Yeah, I with the Saudi thing, I was pretty careful. The only thing that I think I posted about the Saudis was that the banking on why Vince is using a specific bank, and there's only X amount of banks that could handle that type of transaction because of who the Saudis deal with here in the States and who Vince deals with. So it would have to be like more JP Morgan or I went into something like that. I didn't know, so I can't speculate, I don't like guessing. I like being correct.
Otherwise, Andrew Zarian, how you doing besides your sinking house?
My house is sinking, yes. That's a whole problem. I have the insurance company coming today.
That doesn't seem good at all.
My 124-year-old colonial is going back to the earth, apparently.
As it does. You're committed. The earth is committing itself, the house is committing itself back to the earth. That's what's supposed to happen.
And it's filled with mold. That's the other part too. That's the other issue. The house has mold now.
Oh man, it's coming out of the shower, isn't it?
It was coming out of the shower. It's a whole disaster. That whole front of the portion of my house is a disaster right now.
Do we have to start a GoFundMe to get the Zarians a new house?
No, thank God. You know what? Thank God I have insurance. Is it built on an Indian burial ground? This was a native land where my house is. So maybe there is some truth to that. When I was a kid, we used to dig for arrowheads in the neighborhood. Yeah.
This is how it starts.
Yeah, this is how it starts. This is the beginning of a Stephen King novel.
A very important question from Chi-Town Spurs. I need Zarian's thoughts on Italian-American hero Tommy Cutlets.
Oh, Tommy Cutlets is a true Italian-American hero, not only to Italian-Americans, but all New York and New Jerseyites.
Aren't they called New Jerseyans?
New Jerseyites.
Okay, just making sure. You would know better than
I.
Yeah. This is a thing, though. There's like everybody's making this like this is how it's like a New York thing. It's not just Italians. It's not. This is like a very New York thing. This is how we greet each other. We just do this.
That's right. It's not "Hey, how are you?" It's "Hey."
Yeah.
No, there's no words spoken, Joel. You just go like that, and everybody just gets it.
Yeah, it's the interpretation of this. Hey,
I feel like you're setting up like the Sharks versus Jets here. It's just snapping as you're going to greet each other.
Also a very New York thing.
Yeah.
What, stabbing each other?
Well, that too. I was snapping at each other as you greet each other.
Yeah, we snap at each other too.
Hey, I'm walking here.
Oh my God. So yeah, I my day was derailed yesterday, but that's okay. It's fun. Speculation is fun.
Of course.
You know?
spend 2 hours every other day speculating on garbage. That's how we get to Cody Rhodes versus Shinsuke Nakamura in a steel cage on January 1st. That's how we get there. We speculate, and then they tell you all it happens.
Is it happening?
I mean, it's not official, but let's face it. I've been saying it for the last 2 months. If it's not happening, I don't know what we're doing here.
Well, I saw that post that CM Punk is returned to the Garden. So,
I said would happen, and everyone was like, "He's not working house shows." I'm like, "He's gonna work the holiday."
Of course, he's gonna work Of course, he's gonna work the holiday tour. Of course, he wants to be back in the Garden. Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
Listen, as any sort of performer, to be able to perform in that building, it's a tremendous. I mean, it's a very important thing, and I think for him, listen, man, the guy had what a year he had. I mean. We talk about like the biggest names in pro wrestling. I think he did solidify himself there. as probably one of the biggest names, one of the most controversial names. You know, is he a Hogan level big? No. Is he a Hogan level controversy? Sure.
No, you guys are wrong because there's that clip from CM Punk in like 2005 where he said, I don't really care about working the Garden. So everybody needs to understand that his opinion and thoughts in 2005 still hold up 20 years later.
He's a changed man, Jeremy Lambert. Everybody
I do find it
full of change.
I do find it hilarious that people like it. He legitimately said this in like one of those shoot interviews years ago with Samoa Joe. He's like, yeah, I don't care about working the Garden. Because he was working in front of like 200 people in front of ROH and probably never thought he was going to get signed at that time. So yeah, he probably didn't care.
That clip is what, 2004, 2005, 2006? No, 2004 probably.
Yeah.
That's the infamous Kojima shoot interview.
Lariat.
The best. And he freaking did it. You know, he gets so much crap. He does. But I find him to be so entertaining.
Yeah, in the ring, he's always been entertaining. Well, not always, but almost all the time. He's very entertaining. He's
very entertaining.
And again, like we talked about this ad nauseum when he was with AEW and the stuff was happening, and we were just kind of like, this dude's just miserable. And he's always been a bit of a curmudgeon, and now he's back. And if nothing else, whenever he's in the ring, he's at least trying to make you talk about him, and that's fine. I think he was especially getting sick of being talked about when everything that he was doing was talked about from outside the ring's perspective. Now we get to talk about it in a controlled environment where he's in WWE and he hasn't punched anybody.
Very controlled.
Well,
it's been what, 2 weeks, and that's positive.
Yeah, that's growth. Andrew Zarian.
Yeah, that's growth. He hasn't prevented any producers from appearing. You know, showing up to the building. He hasn't lost his mind over broken glass yet.
I'm telling you, when him and Austin have their match, they have to do the glass shattering. And Jeremy mentioned this on another show, on another episode, where he uses real glass. And the glass shatters, and it just triggers Punk, and Punk goes into a
full rage.
He just shoots on Stone Cold Steve Austin.
He's gonna attack Austin right when the glass breaks. He's gonna be waiting for him when that glass.
What was the date that Kane would lose his mind?
May 19th.
May 19th.
Yeah.
May 19th. Yeah, that's CM Punk's May 19th. It's broken glass. AJ breaks just shatters a glass cup, and all of a sudden he's having flashbacks to Jungle Boy just insulting him on live TV.
Not even on the pay-per-view, on the buy.
I mean, you know what is? I mean, listen, now that we could maybe a little bit look at the humor in this because it's so absurd and ridiculous. How ridiculous is it that Jungle Boy, that was a catalyst for him that was his final goodbye. That was it.
Maybe
moment.
Maybe CM Punk just really, really preferred Melrose Place.
Listen, I was a big Melrose Place fan too. Maybe he hated 90210.
Yeah, I always preferred Melrose Place over 90210. I did like the new 90210 that they brought back many years ago.
It wasn't terrible. Where they were all like teachers in the school. Isn't that the one? Yeah.
That wasn't bad.
It wasn't terrible.
For remakes or spin-offs or whatever you want to call it. I guess technically it's a remake. For that, like, it's one of the better ones, I feel.
Now, Party of Five, fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've talked about that on this show before. That's where like it's a bunch of kids who lost their parents, right? Like, their parents just died. That seems like a sad show. There's no party going on.
It's a sad party, is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A-Shock.
Just cry all day and say, I miss mom and dad.
Yeah, that doesn't seem very fun. OC is where it's at. Good job, A-Shock.
I didn't get into the OC.
Oh, hater.
Well, the best part about NXT going to the CW is that if Punk is going to take over Shawn Michaels' job, he can watch One Tree Hill all day on the CW app.
Now that's a fantastic show.
Some Seventh Heaven to go down with it too. Look at us.
Seventh Heaven was a good show.
Yeah, CM Punk, Jesus freak Punk over here.
Oh man, he could be on that show. That would be a great like crossover where he's like a youth pastor.
Oh no!
A cool youth pastor in the Camden household. He shows up and he starts dating. What was Jessica Biel's character?
I don't remember her character name. It was just Jessica Biel.
And then the older brother doesn't like it, but he has to come to terms with it, and they all have a sit down, and everything is fine. And what's shocking is that the father's a pedo in real life.
Yeah, that part really not so great.
CM Punk would be great in Riverdale, right? Like he could do the Riverdale.
He could play
What if
Like an
they bring
old-timey greaser.
What if they bring heels to the CW network? CW likes what's his name? It was the actor's name that's on that show, who also wrestled.
It's CM Punk.
Why are you guys acting like you don't know who this is? The actor who wrestled. I feel very dumb, and you guys are making me feel stupider.
You're talking
Stephen Amell. Yes.
I thought this was a bit, and you were going for CM Punk.
No, Stephen Amell. They like him. They did Green Arrow or whatever the show was.
Cody
Green
Rhodes'
Lantern.
best friend too, so there's a built-in storyline right there.
Yeah, so they can put that on CW. They can put heels, save heels. CW would be a babyface network if it saves heels. People like that show. I never watched it.
Best CW shows. Veronica Mars, fantastic.
Yeah, great show.
Does Veronica Mars count as a CW or a UPN show? Because it started on UPN.
It's the same network. It just
the lineage. The lineage is there.
Okay. I would say that. Buffy was fantastic.
Yep.
Never really watched
Gossip Girl, 10 out of 10.
I wasn't big on Gossip Girl.
Yes.
Loved Gossip Girl. Great show. But the creme de la creme was the Gilmore Girls. The best CW show ever.
They talk very fast.
I'm used to that, though. I'm from the Northeast.
I am now.
I'm used to that.
Sean, favorite CW shows, go.
Oh boy, the Wayans brothers.
Okay.
Isn't that UPN? That's a UPN show.
But we talked about it. The lineage counts. It all just goes into the CW now.
Yeah, if once it hits CW, my answer would be WWE SmackDown. Wasn't it on there one time?
Yeah.
Okay, that would be it. I don't watch that. My wife used to watch Riverdale.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're
talking about
Good show.
Riverdale. We're talking about
I'll tell you what cracked me up about Riverdale. I was asked to give it a chance one time, and I watched. I don't know if it was Archie or whoever beat up like 15 people consecutively, like gauntlet style. And
they had a lot of like gang warfare in that. You probably like that show, Sean. You like gang warfare.
No, it's very stupid. It's very stupid. Like, yeah, there were blood and guts matches like very often on that show. And I was like, no, I think I'm done with this.
Well, they were all getting messed up on Jingle Jangle. That's the drug on the show.
Yeah.
What a ridiculous... Was that in the comic book?
I don't know. It's so funny because I've heard these phrases like from the other room for years. Oh my God. What's the other show that I hated that was on there? Oh my God. I can't even remember. It lasted forever.
Smallville?
Is it Pretty Little Liars? That's the one that I hated.
Pretty Little Liars. Hated. Wait a second.
Okay, it wasn't terrible in the beginning. It wasn't terrible, but it got so convoluted.
It did get convoluted.
Kind of like wrestling.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly. So, whoops, sorry, didn't mean to do that, but he's right. Here's my theory. Like I'm a TV snob now because I didn't really watch TV until Burn Notice came on. Otherwise, I'd watch South Park and I'd watch sports and wrestling. That's it. I didn't watch a lot of TV. Then I watched Burn Notice and I thought it was the greatest show I had ever seen because I hadn't seen The Sopranos or The Wire or anything like that. And what changed my mind on everything was Lost, because I still love the premise of Lost. And I love the first season and a half until they get into smoke monsters and time travel and all this goofy stuff. And then I was like, I started to see, oh, you know what? They're really just stretching this. They're just stretching this to make it longer and longer and longer. And that was 120 episodes, and it was way too long. About 3 seasons into Pretty Little Liars, I tell my wife, you know they're just stretching this, right? And even she gave up. I just looked, 160 episodes.
Yeah, that was much. I started watching that show when it first came on because I did like the premise of it. And then I think I gave up like after about 100 episodes or so. I was like, are you ever going to get to the point? And then I tried to go back and rewatch it, and I still couldn't do it. I was like, oh, I still can't do this.
I'll tell you what drives me nuts. When I see on Twitter someone or any social media saying, I'm doing a Grey's Anatomy rewatch. Did you just plan the next 3 years of your free time out? There are over 400 episodes.
Yeah. Okay.
And that show, I don't watch TV. This is like a weird thing I do. I only watch wrestling and sports, like Sean. Okay. And then I watch like Sopranos on repeat, Seinfeld, and like 5 other shows, like South Park. Sean, you and I probably have the same viewing habits. I got so into Grey's Anatomy because my wife would watch it all the time, and there's like 80 seasons of it. And then I realized it's the worst play. Why would you go there?
Yes.
Yeah. They're fornicating in the back rooms. They're killing their patients. They're insubordinate. And then that show got so crazy when they killed everybody. McDreamy's dead. McSteamy's dead.
Hey, spoiler for the people that are going to rewatch that starting now, and we'll end up on that plot point in 4.5 years.
So sorry.
Hold on.
Sorry.
So I'm gonna add to this. First of all, imagine being in your 20s, being single, and having not much to do. I did that with Law and Order rewatches, so I get it. I understand.
SVU, but it has to be SVU.
I was SVU at the time. And now here's the other side of it. So my wife, who is a very passive TV watcher, will like have one screen open with whatever show, and then doing her work on the other. It's for some people, the rewatch isn't really watching at all. It's just background noise so that they can say they did it.
I did rewatch Burn Notice. It is so funny because that was the first show that I liked. And they caught me after Raw. It was very, very savvy of them. It did work on me. But I stopped watching in the last season because I was like, this is getting really formulaic. Like, I see it. He gets a new boss every season, Monster of the Week, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't like the Monster of the Week shows where there's a new guy to fight. I already watched Power Rangers. I know the drill.
Sean hated WCW Nitro early days.
Oh, yeah. That did suck pretty badly. But then a few years ago, I was feeling a little down in the dumps, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch something that I'm familiar with that I like. And I hadn't watched Burn Notice in so long that I forgot about it. The last season was the best season because they decided they were going to wrap it up, and they're like, let's throw everything at the wall now. Let's do it all. I have started recently The Sopranos for the first time, though, so I'm very excited for that.
Ooh. Oh, so what do you think?
Fantastic so far, yeah.
It's a great comedy.
Yeah, it's
a comedy.
It's unbelievably good, I think.
What's very special to me is that those people are very realistic in my universe.
Yeah.
I see them all day long in my neighborhood. They are real. And people are like, oh no, nobody can be that much of a cartoon of a character. I'm like, oh no, those are real people. That is based on true events.
Have you seen Tommy DeVito's agent?
He's the best.
From the Giants. Have you guys seen
Cutlets?
Yeah.
God. Zarian was asked about Tommy Cutlets already.
Oh, he's incredible. He's incredible. I saw him.
I'm an ambassador to Italian Americans in the Northeast apparently now.
Oh my God. Phenomenal. Also, Fargo season 5 on fire. Great show.
Yeah.
I've watched like the first 3 seasons and then
Don't
went
watch
away
4.
for a little while.
4 sucks. 4's bad. Season 1, 2, 5, incredible. I'm in the middle of the 5th season right now because they don't let me binge watch it. Got to watch it weekly. It's incredible. It's very good.
I'll just wait until the season ends and then just binge it.
Yeah. Somebody asked when it started a couple months ago. Like, it's really, really good. It's got so many faces that would be familiar to people who are just general TV watcher, like people from New Girl and from Ted Lasso and Stranger Things, et cetera, et cetera. Good shit, man.
Stranger Things, another great show.
Yeah.
Another great show.
No, Stranger Things went too long. That show. Is it still going?
Last season was so good. Well, they're the strike kind of put everything in hiatus right now, but I think it's coming back this year. It was great the last season. I loved it. But I'm also biased. Like, now I like the things that my kids are into. Like Monday Night Raw.
So
now
coming soon to TNT apparently.
Yeah. I mean, Sean, is it behind Fightful Select yet that they're going to TNT?
No, because there was a lot of denials about that. But look who's in the chat. We got Puff,
who
He's
joined
gonna be on
us
the show in
show
half
at
an
11
hour.
attacked me. Have you ever seen The Leftovers on HBO? I haven't, but Carrie Coon is one of my favorite actresses. She was incredible. She was actually in the second season of Fargo. I think she's one of the best actresses in the world. Like, she's incredible.
For the record,
I
this
haven't
chat
seen
will
Leftovers.
continue at 11 o'clock when he joins the show live.
Is
Well,
it? We're
I will
gonna
not
have like
be
no
around.
wrestling talk on today's show.
I didn't know we
I
talked about
will-
wrestling here.
Yeah, I want him to rate my drop toe hold.
Okay, we'll ask him.
Okay.
We'll ask him.
Although, if you ask him about wrestling history, he'll tell you like he has no clue. I had to explain to him the Eddie Guerrero JBL border thing. So you might want to quiz him on some wrestling trivia. But anyway, you didn't make a comment about how I'm up so early. I woke up at the crack of 10:20 to be here.
You
Wow.
were up at 2 a.m. messaging me about the Shibata article that I wrote.
It's
over the
funny. It's
weekend.
very funny. But listen, it is an important day in my life. You guys know where some of you know where I was living last year, middle of nowhere. We had one corner store. Only after I left did they build a dollar store 5 minutes away. That's how isolated I am. It takes 5 minutes to get to the nearest dollar store. Around the corner from me today opens a 24/7 gas station.
Oh my
So this is a big
Wow.
day in my life. It's a huge milestone. I no longer live there. I live in Lexington, but still, it's the principle of it. Now I am but a minute away from anything that I want. Do I want a little cinnamon roll spin wheel? I can get that at 3 a.m. Do I want to get food poisoning from pizza? I can do it. I can do it.
I've been doing it for 30 years, so I don't know what to tell y'all.
Yeah, me too.
Well, listen, some of us weren't born with a silver spoon in our mouth.
My Uber Eats bill for the year is so embarrassing that I won't even allude to the number.
Yeah, I'm not happy with the amount that I've spent on delivery since I've lived here. I tell you, Dash Pass was absolutely, they ain't paying us anything. So actually, it was a terrible idea until they tell me to say so. But that's helped me a lot.
Yep. We got.
I had a terrible food experience Monday for Raw. Scheduled a Pizza Hut delivery for 5:30. You know, you can schedule like the deliveries and stuff.
There's your mistake.
Yes.
Well, okay, maybe, but still, scheduled it for 5:30. Did not arrive until 6:30. Already left. I already left for Raw.
And the
So-
worst part is you don't get the refund because you don't get the time guarantee.
Oh no, I called.
Good.
And I'm getting. They sent us 3 pastas, which is I don't eat the pasta, but
No,
we got 3 pastas.
Pasta
Which
from Pizza Hut.
it's actually
Yeah.
not terrible. It's
It's
not
not
great.
No, please,
terrible.
please.
I used to
Joel.
work at a Pizza Hut.
And
in
how
my
was the
day.
pasta?
Not good.
Damn it.
Not
better now.
good.
It's better now.
Done better. It really,
Listen, I could go for a stuffed crust any day. Any day, stuffed crust.
Stuff
I'm a
goes
thin
forever.
crust guy. What do you guys have different pizza methods? Like, for example, traditionally I like pepperoni. If it's frozen, I like supreme. I've never had a supreme from anywhere else besides a frozen pizza. There are some places like the American Italian places that pretend they're Italian. They throw a little Italian guy on the front of the box and all that stuff. I'll get the pepperoni and bacon from there. If it's the Hunt's Brothers that you buy at the gas station, I get pepperoni, bacon, sausage. There's different methods. Do you have different methods?
I just go cheese typically. Very basic. I do like
listen,
a good.
If I'm
beef
in
and
Home
bacon.
Alone too, I'm getting a cheese pizza. I ain't never
Yeah.
wanted a cheese pizza, but the way the steam rolled off that son of a bitch, oh my God. I have never wanted a pizza more in my life than every time I watch that movie.
when my wife and I, when we order pizza, so Canadians don't go after me because that's the cheap pizza. I get it. We get the 2 mediums.
What's a pizza? Hold on. What's a pizza?
Pizza
That's
is
like
like
Little
Little
Caesars.
Caesars.
Like
It's
Little
not.
Is that Little Caesars?
Kind of like Little Caesars, and it's really just because they do the pizza gimmick. Anyway, and we'll get the 4 toppings on 2 pizzas, so 2 toppings each. We'll get grilled chicken and green pepper on one, and then we'll get sausage and mushroom on the other because we always want to have a veggie and a meat. That's the best stuff.
So do you not order from like an actual pizzeria?
Once in a while we will, but if we're
When-
feeling cheap and we just want to get it delivered to our house because we're like not wanting to do anything else, we'll go for pizza because it's the app. It's just there.
You're going to get diverticulitis.
Yeah, it's too greasy. No, I'm a traditionalist. Plain pie, well done.
Ooh.
Oh, that's the trick. That's like a New York trick, by the way.
Yeah, because otherwise
Warn
it's
you up,
overtime.
Joel. You got to order a well done cheese pie, plain, nothing, and then you can get whatever fun pie you want to get. But always well done and thin. I want the bottoms burnt a little.
Do you get yours with ranch, Andrew Zarian?
Ranch doesn't belong on pizza.
You gotta get
When we
the
were-
dipping sauce.
Thank you. I was ready to square up with Denise over this. And then I'll tell you what pissed me off because, she's like, it's common here in Cali.
Of course
People
it
do all
is.
the time. And then I ordered from a place called West Coast Gourmet Pizza, and it's phenomenal pizza. And they include a little cup of ranch, and I was about ready to write a letter to this place and then drive it there, fold it up, leave it on the table.
When we were in North Carolina for WrestleCade, Alba, Sean, and I went to a pizza place and we ordered our pizza, and the guy was like, "Do you want ranch with that?" And we're all just like, "Huh? What? Why are you offering this?" He's like, "It's a thing here." I was like, "This should not be a thing at all."
Mike in the chat room goes, "What's a pizzeria? Pizzeria is where you buy pizza.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
A pizza parlor or a pizza parlor
Right.
with a name like Luigi or a Mario or a Giuseppe's,
Giuseppe's,
Pasquale's."
we got a Pasquale in my little town of Maysville, Kentucky. The best restaurant there is a Pasquale's. Like that's
my father.
there. And then
Pasquale.
what?
My
We-
father-in-law's name is Pasquale.
There you go. Have
Oh,
him
that's
make your
great.
pizza. That way you won't
My-
die.
He makes really good food, but I don't think he's a pizza guy. Nona makes the good pizza.
Giovanni's is a big one out here too.
We have a Giannino's. That's our favorite pizza place.
So funny enough.
My father owned pizzerias in the 80s, and every one of them had a very Italian name. And every restaurant that he owned, he pretended that was his name, and he would lie and tell them that he's Italian.
I love it.
This Persian man
worker.
with a Persian accent, what a worker, always with a Persian accent, would be like, "Oh no, yes, I'm Pasquale. Yeah, that's my name. I'm from Italy." And they're like, "You're from Italy? Look at that. You don't sound like you're from me." He's like, "No." And then he would like mumble fake Italian words, every single one. And at the end of the day, you know what his name is? This is his shoot name, Fred.
Oh, I love it. The best American Italian food where my grandmother lived at was middle of Vanceburg, Kentucky. There are no Italian people within an hour of that place. That guy couldn't even there was one restaurant. He couldn't even lie. He's like, "I'm Al. This is Al's pizza." I can't even pull off the con here. Because if any Italian people relocated to Vanceburg, Kentucky, they would spend one day there and they'd say, "Yeah, let's get out of here. It's pretty terrible. Pretty horrible." But I'll tell you what I'm doing. Even though I don't have to be in a hurry because it is a 24/7 convenience store. Live like me, you scrubs. I'm heading over there.
Are you gonna see if they? Oh, he actually.
What?
was
You
gonna ask
asked me a question before I left. What was it?
I was gonna say if they had any Monster. I don't know if we can say that. They don't sponsor this show, but
I order those in like 12, 16 packs now.
yeah,
It's more cost effective.
Good
Fair.
Lord.
very
I got
fair.
people on the internet claiming that I brag about being rich all the time, which I don't think I've ever done. But yes,
You used
I
to be
could-
so humble, Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So humble
Yeah.
and thrifty.
There's a
few bucks.
sinkhole at my
$2
house last
and all of a
year.
sudden he was rubbing in everyone's face.
Yeah, exactly.
So ridiculous. I'm leaving.
Bye, Sean.
Bye-bye.
I always get a kick when Sean shows up when I'm here. I get excited. I get tingly.
Do you? Do
Yeah, I
you?
do. Seriously, all the time. I get
Is it
very
like-
excited.
Is it like the episode of Table for Three with Ryback and Dolph Ziggler and Bryan Danielson, where he
Oh,
calls out
okay.
Ryback for taking a Cialis to impress Brock Lesnar? Of which I watched this week and
You know
came
what,
to the
Sean?
realization, the stunning realization, they can do a second one now. They're all outside of WWE. And there are few things that I would like to see more in 2024 than Bryan Danielson and Dolph Ziggler talking to Ryback. I am excited even thinking about the possibility. StarCast, WrestleCade, WrestleCon. If you put this on, I will go to it. I will promote it for free on my show. Please do this.
Maybe we can make that happen if we scream it loud enough. See if it can happen.
you guys
Ryback's not doing anything. He'd jump at this opportunity to sit down with Danielson and
Would
Dolph Ziggler again.
I think we'd have to make Sean moderated though.
No, you can't do a moderator on Table for Three. Like
That's
it's
fair.
just
Yeah, I
they
guess.
just chop it up. Sean can be like the waiter, just like going in and like
That's
serving
the
up
one,
the
yeah.
food.
He gives them the steak.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
you can do
Danielson
that.
Guys, I have a serious question,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and I want to ask the chat room. Should I go to work today or not?
Nah.
no.
No.
Why would you do
My
that?
tum tum is bothering me.
Is it?
Oh,
I've been there. It's not fun.
Yeah.
Did you have pizza? Is that the problem? Do you have bad
No,
pizza?
no, you know about my eating problems, right? Like I'm like obsessive about my calorie count and like working out and taking supplements to make me look better than I actually look. I've ate too much the last 2 days. I had a piece of chicken last night and I had another piece of chicken the day before. Actually, no, Sunday we crushed it. Jess and I did pasta. We made sauce all day. The kids made cutlets. We went through like 6 bottles of wine. It was a blast.
Wow, the kids too, huh?
The kids make the cutlets. Yeah. Yeah, the kids
drinking the
too.
wine. Yeah.
The kids too. I'll send you the photos, Joel. It was a blast.
Oh man, yeah, 1,200 is enough. It's fine. That's a calorie joke. No one understands.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
No, I'm big on the trying to stay young at 40.
Yeah, good luck with that. How do you do your chicken? Because I also made chicken breast last night.
Flour, egg, and then Italian seasoning. You know the breadcrumbs.
Yeah, you do it the breadcrumb style. Sometimes I do that. I
Yeah,
throw
but you know what I got? Just made last night. We used almond flour to bread it.
Okay, it turned out good.
It was great. It was different. It was like it wasn't cutlets that she made. She made like more like with pepper, like the roasted red peppers on it and Parmesan. But the cutlets was we did a. Oh, I'll show you the photos, Joel. I'm gonna send you some.
Yeah, send me those photos because I'm always looking
We
for
did vodka
inspiration.
sauce. Hold on, I'm gonna send you my
Food porn
gabagool.
photos over here.
Yeah, I'm sending you gabagool. That was last night.
Yeah, I threw my chicken breast in the slow cooker with like a bunch of honey garlic to marinate and let it sit for 4 to 5 hours, and that was easy. That's all I needed. And then later on, you toss them on sandwiches, and they're delicious.
You have an iPhone, right?
I
This
do.
is my food porn. Look at
Remember,
that.
we had a whole go around about why
Yes,
my
we did.
iPhone was suddenly off. You changed providers one time. Now
Yeah, I
the
sent you
sauce
pictures of my
seen.
cutlets.
The sauce I saw. Yeah.
The sauce you saw.
Cool. Look at this. And the shirtless selfie. God, I'm getting everything today.
And the shirtless selfie.
Wow.
Yeah. I said I send you a ton of shirtless selfies actually.
Yeah, it's kind of the thing now.
It's a little disturbing. I don't know why. I'm always inclined to show off my progress to you.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm here to see it. I'm here to
Joe,
celebrate.
look at my pecs.
I celebrate these things with my friends. I want them to be
You do, and
happy.
so do I. So do I. I do that too.
Someone's asking, when am I doing a cookbook? I would love to do a cookbook, but I have zero cookbookery knowledge. I'd have to read Renee's and then be like, Renee, can you just release another cookbook but put my name on it? And then that will be enough for me.
Pile driver finisher says, screenshot this. Please excuse my son Andrew from work since his tummy isn't feeling well. Andrew's parents.
Poor Tum Tum Andrew. Anyway.
All right. I have to. You know what? I think I am going to go to work.
All right.
That's
don't take too
unfortunate.
I think
long.
I'm going to. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
I'll see you boys.
Bye,
Take
Andrew
care.
Zarian.
Toodles.
Bye-bye.